I remember telling my friends that Tekken 8 Season 2 was going to be the best patch that ever happened for the game. And boy was I wrong. They patched out defense, they added more 50-50s, more chip damage, more crazy moves and heat. And it's gotten to the point where if you search up the worst fighting game patch in history without putting in Tekken, Tekken is going to show up. The main director left the game, people are dropping the game, people are posting that they hate the game. And we're quite uncertain of what's going to happen in the next season. They haven't really said anything about an update, so we don't know what's going to happen. The main purpose of this video is just going to be me talking about 10 moves that I think should either be removed or changed for Season 3. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let's get straight to the video. So the first character on the list is Leo, and the string is going to be forward 243. Now this string is completely natural, you don't need heat to use it, the only thing that he needs is an install. Completely natural, 44 damage, on block is +3. So it's +3 on block. Leads into stance for a 50-50. And if you go into stance, it becomes +6 instead of +3. And so what's the counterplay to this move? The second hits are high, but you can't duck it. So the counterplay is to hold the 50-50. Completely stupid move. There's no reason as to why you can't duck the second hit. The second character we have is Clive. Now Tekken is supposed to be a game about movement and spacing. But in terms of Clive, he's playing you from back here. Like, I don't really understand why they ever thought this was a good idea and why this would be fun to put in the game. I know you can duck it and dash in and get a punish, but that doesn't matter. Because why am I having a mental stack at this range? Why am I guessing at this range? He already has this tool, which is already long range, but you can't outspace it. They were like, nah, let's give him more range, because why not? So he already has a broken tool, which is this, which for some reason guarantees a follow-up. But then they decided, let's give him even more range that pulls you in closer for 50-50, because it's Tekken 8. Next up, we got Reina. Now, I have 2 moves for this character. That's how much I dislike her. First off, we got forward 4-2. And while I don't want this move to be removed, I think that if I step the first hit, she shouldn't be going into stance when it whiffs. Because if you're too slow, it's all fine if you're fast. But if you're too slow, she will hit you with a power crush. I'm just nice, but like that, if you're too slow, you're getting hit. Opposed to it just being a simple forward 4-2, and if it whiffs, it whiffs. You know, you give up your turn and play neutral because you whiffed. Those are easy punish. Like all the other Mishimas in the game, I don't understand why she has the ability to go into stance when her attack whiffs. I think it's very cheap, and she's just playing the game for you at that point. Next up is her down 2 1+2. It does a crazy amount of damage, and it puts you into a 50-50. So on regular hit, 45 damage, because why not? You have heat, so you're allowed to be brain dead. On block, I think it's like +8. Like that. Granted, the mix-up afterwards is not super crazy, but why do we have to make everything plus 50-50 crazy damage move because they have heat? Just like Reina, they had to give the same thing to Steve, a crazy stupid 50-50 tool from heat. And you mostly see moves like these. You mostly see moves like these whenever the opponent gets a heat engager. and it just becomes a tool that you can't do anything against. You just have to hold the 50-50. So while they nerfed heat engages in season 2, they're like, let's just give him a broken move that can just lock down the opponent every time, and then you still have to just hold the 50-50 because it's plus on block. Plus on block can keep the pressure going. Now, Brian is supposed to be a counter hit, keep out character. You know, he has moves like these, and when he's close up, he has stuff like this. His jabs are really good. This is a counter hit launcher for some reason. Hey, Reina, stop moving. How am I going to show it's a counter hit if you keep backdashing? There we go. Keep in mind, that's safe on block for 71 damage. But for some reason, they gave Brian an electric. I swear this move be cooking me. Like that. It has way too much range. I don't think this move should even be in the game. And on counter hit, it gets pretty good damage. I don't think he needs a move like that. Okay, next character we have is Law. And with Law, they put heat recovery and crazy combo damage and wall carry all into one. So, with a regular character, when you pop heat in such a manner, you know, you start at about 75% and your heat continuously goes down. When you're using Law, however, he can get his heat back. And the nunchucks, not only is it building heat, it's creating ridiculous wall carry. Now he's back at full heat to pressure you again with a slide mix up. And it just keeps on going over and over again. Before you know it, you're in a position where you have 40% health left and you're blocking a heat smash into a 50-50 kill. I don't think beyond just the combo and the wall carry and the heat recovery, I also don't think his nunchuck should be safe in heat. You can make it safer. You can make it -10 with no pushback. But I don't think his nunchucks should go from -13 to -8 and be a full-on launcher, just because he has heat. Without heat, it does nothing. With heat, it's a launcher, but it's still punishable. I think that's how you make a balanced move. There's a reward, but there's also a risk. Dragunov has been a character that's been nerfed a lot of times in this game, and the only thing I want to see changed on him is this 12 frame whilst in a heat engager. Almost every move in this game is -12, and that means that Dragunov gets a launch on almost every low in the game when he has heat. Oops. They did this because this is no longer a launcher. This was a launcher before, but it got nerfed. So to compensate for that, they gave him this. The only issue with this is that it's a full-on launcher. That's a bit too much for a 12 frame move. And in certain situations where a player does a move like this, they can just keep the pressure going because this is now safe when they have heat. So it takes away that mind game and it lets heat keeps playing the game for you. Now Dragunov isn't broken, but this is not a tool he should have. Next up I have Armor King. Now I have two issues with Armor King. One, his tracking grabs in heat, and two, his pulse on block Power Crush. Power Crush is a defensive tool. When you use it, if it doesn't work, you're either minus or you're punishable. There should be no reason why he has tracking grabs and a plus on block Power Crush, regardless or not if he has heat. Whenever you have a read versus an Armor King player and they go for a grab, you can step it. You don't always want to be in a 50-50 when he's going for a grab. If you have a read, you can use your movement to beat it. But when he has heat, these become fully homing. F your tracking. After sidestep, I'm gonna track you because it's Tekken 8. And also, as I said before, he got a +5 on block Power Crush. Because why not? That you can only step it, but by doing that you open yourself to everything else that he has. And if a character is going for a Power Crush, they should be punishable. They should never ever be +5 on block. You can't do anything about the second hit. You just have to hold it. You can't step it, you can't interrupt it, you can't grab through it. There's nothing you can do but hold the 50-50. Stupid. Next up we got Hwoarang, everybody's most favorite hated character. And the move I'm going to be talking about is down 3+4. So, in terms of Hwoarang, it's always been kind of hard for him to get in and start his pressure. And if he wanted a good tool to start his pressure, it was kind of bad on block. This is like -16, you can launch punish it. To get around that, good Hwoarang players would wave dash into a down back 4, wave dash into a down back 3, maybe wave dash into a stance switch to start their pressure. But in Tekken 8 Season 2, they were like, why would we want you to think? Or we can just give you a long range, plus on hit, and it's -14. Now, what makes this move nasty is that before, his main tool to start his pressure in his regular stance was down 3-4. And the gap for down 3-4 was a 14 frame gap before you can interrupt his fappy kicks. But they decided that was too much. If he's gonna do a low like this, he should be launch punishable. And that is fair. However, they decided that if we just nerf down 3-4 but give him the same move, this is -14. So they took away the weakness from down 3-4 with the -14 gap to punish the high, and they gave the strength to down 3+4. Not only is it tracking long range, puts him into stances only -14. So they nerfed him, but they just buffed him. So he's right where he's always been. I had to put Jin on the list because even though he's my main character, I want to see the game to get better, and I'm not going to sit here and downplay. Now, Jin had this move, his Omen parry, in Season 1. It grants him a 50-50. At the usage of some heat, he has a he has a low and a mid. And he has a strong mid, which if you try to interrupt, you're going to get hit. So this strong mid is made to keep you in check, which opens you up to the 50-50. The weakness to the strong mid is the fact that you can step it. Like that. You can step it and you can get a full launch. With Season 2 and the move that I want to see removed from Jin, apart from his wall splitting heat smash, is his forward 1+2. Now, this move completely shuts down the movement option. That one extra frame from +4 to +5, you can't move. Maybe you can punch Sabaki it, or you can still punch Sabaki it, but not every character has that. So now you can't move and you have to hold the 50-50. I'm not a fan of just completely holding the 50-50 because my opponent has heat. I like the Omen because I use it as a counter. Like that. It's like, get off me. It's clean. Nice clean conversion by using my brain. Opposed to me just doing a forward full 1+2 and you're in a 50-50 mix. You can see the different philosophies behind these two tools. One's a defensive tool and one's an offensive tool. And I much rather this one for Jin than him just having a stupid 50-50 tool to lock the opponent down. I might make another one of these lists because there's a lot of other moves in the game which I think are broken and stupid. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you disagree. I'm gonna ignore you and rage bait you if you disagree, but just let me know what you think in the comments.
Percocet,